But how would you recommend people that are trying to break out of corporate jobs become more aggressive in their pursuits every single day? I'm finding corporate niceties and programming holding me back, and I'm trying to break free and break out.
I just think it's a lot of bullshit that, I mean, look, I quit my last job when I was 19. So, I don't know. I went to grad school, I went to college, and then I went to grad school with all those people that they went and got corporate jobs. And I just think it's, a lot of it just felt very fake to me that, there's an old saying, I think Carl Icahn said this first, or he at least popularized it. But he says, if you work on Wall Street and you want a friend, buy a dog. So you don't have friends in the corporation. You have people that are pretend friends, and if anything, they'd love to sabotage your career. They'd like you to come to happy hour. They should call it depression hour. It's not happy hour. There's nothing happy about it. You're having drinks in the middle of the day, distracting you from getting important shit done. And the people that you're drinking with, if you had one too many drinks and said something that maybe you shouldn't have, or, you lose your job for things like that today, for really nothing. Or it even provides a context that, he had a couple of drinks and he said or did something that maybe could have been perceived as inappropriate. And, it's those little so-called happy hour things that really sidetrack people's careers. And if you don't come, you're antisocial, so you're a bad guy. And if you do come, you're distracting yourself from your goals. A lot of these things are set up, I think, intentionally to keep you right about where you're at. That it's not set up to help you win. It's not set up that they're going to give you a significantly bigger salary for engaging in those behaviors. So I think there's a lot of these corporate niceties they're not nice at all. It's a type of sabotage that distracts you from doing other things that would be important in your life, and even distracts you from doing significant things within the organization. If everybody was competing, to their fullest, you think, well, the corporation would like that. Well, no, they'd have to pay people more, or they'd go to a different corporation. So the few corporations that do have a culture of really winning and success, you got to pay those people a lot of money. And if you could get 80% of the value for half the price, there's plenty of companies that are happy with that, and they're not really set up to help you win. So I don't know. I don't like. I don't pretend to be anybody. I'm very polite to people if I'm out in the world. If we go to a UFC event, like I'm polite to the security guys. I'm polite to the janitor. I'm polite to the lady that cleans the toilet too. I'll say hi to them. I'm nice to them. I'm polite to the waitresses that bring me my iced tea and my water. So I'm happy to be nice to people, but it's sincere. It's, hey, thank you for bringing me the iced tea. And by the way, here's some money. Here's a tip. And check back on me soon, because I might want another iced tea. And there'll be some more money, by the way, when you bring it. Could be, I know you're going to get distracted. There's a lot of things going on. Check back on me for some iced tea in a bit, please. Thank you so much. So I try to be nice to people, both because I'm not an asswipe, and also out of sheer selfishness that I'd like them to come back with my iced tea or be nice to me or do little thoughtful things for me as well. But then there's another element in a corporate world where the niceness is utterly fake. And I had the feeling in graduate school that with my other MBA classmates, they could do a net present value calculation in their head, quickly, of what they would sell your soul for, to internal damnation. They'd sell you quick and for not much money, and they'll pretend to be your friend on the surface, but any abnormality they want to gossip about behind the scenes, or that's just how those people are. So I don't really spend time with those people. I literally spend time with zero people from college or graduate school. I have zero friends from that part in my life, because I wasn't there to make friends. I was there to get an education. So the people that I do keep in touch with were some of the professors. So there were some of the clinical professors that actually did real world things. Those are the few people that I do keep in touch with. I don't keep in touch with the people that went to Deloitte and BCG and McKinsey and all the investment banks and whatnot. Because we got different life plans, we got different goals. You can't trust those people. So I don't like to spend time with somebody that I feel like it may be a summary statement. I don't like to spend time with someone that I don't feel like I can trust. I think that's a key element of any relationship or friendship that I want to have. So, find a way to replace that income and get out of there sooner than later is my sincere opinion. But, what some people don't know, Chuck went to college and, of all things, studied accounting. So he also knows plenty of things about business and numbers and structure. And I don't think he wanted to pursue a career as an accountant, it seems, but probably worked out better the way you did it.
Oh, it worked out a lot better, yeah.
I think so. Do you want to spend time with, corporate people or people that...
Yeah, I mean, I don't in general. I haven't been around that much, but it not necessarily. It's just that the culture of and I see it in some of the other companies. I watch people do stuff where they're they're trying to when something happens, instead of fixing the problem, they're just trying to push blame off of somebody else. And then as soon as something happens good, they're trying to take credit for it.
Yeah.
When it had nothing to do with them, that kind of stuff, that kind of behavior, I can't stand. But I've never had to really deal with it. I kind of made that decision to chase my dream instead. So,
Maybe I'll make a comment or two, and then maybe the right question to answer for him is, how do you live more of your life on your own terms is probably the real question. But I want to make a comment of this. Is Chuck and I, the last time we were really, spending significant time together was in February, end of February, I think, or sometime in February, I don't remember. And I asked him then, hey, do you have time to come over this summer? Maybe right after I get my brown belt, after my brown belt test, it'd be great for you to come over and, work on some, wrestling, grappling, a little striking maybe, et cetera, and spend a few days together. He's like, yeah, sure. So we set a schedule. I think the way I remember it is we confirmed that, that night probably. I think you looked at a calendar. We both looked at the calendar. I think we had a firm confirmation there. So, you good? I'm good. Okay, good. And I didn't talk to you again. I didn't text you or call you. You didn't text me or call me for months. Then we ran into each other a month ago and say, everything good? You say, yeah, everything's good. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll get your flight booked soon. And I didn't. I waited a couple more weeks. I think I sent him his flight a few days ahead of time, maybe last Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
I think I sent you a screenshot. I booked his flight. I sent him the info, I think on last Wednesday. And he sent me a thumbs up. That's our communication. Is you good, yeah, everything's good, all right.
Yeah, I think originally the first date you gave me, I got something going that I can't do that. How about any of these? I gave you a number. How about this one works for me? Perfect. Yeah. That was it.
And the point I mean to make is, after we agreed on a date, or set of dates, after we agreed on that, it's we both know that's what's going to happen. If I said I'm going to do something, he knows I'm going to do it. If he told me he's going to do something, I believe him. He's going to show up. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
And when there's other people. Most of my classmates are not that type of person. You'd have to confirm with them 4 times. You'd have to get 4 confirmations that everything's good. So I told him I get the flight booked. He's not saying, hey, I'm coming in a week and I don't have my flight info yet. He's somewhere in his head. He's I don't know. He'll send the shit. It'll be okay.
I know from the beginning with you. It's always been, hey, hey, this way, say this, you can do this. It's okay, it's good, and it's that date's solid.
Yeah, he's that way too. So I like to be around people that are that way. That we could make a plan months ago and say, hey, we're going to do this on these few days. Okay. And we're doing it. That's it. And I sent him a flight. He sends me a thumbs up. He didn't say anything else after that. So there's, I don't know, 5 more days go by. He don't say nothing the night before. He don't say, hey, there's a computer outage. There might be a problem with the flights. I didn't know, I knew he's coming because I trust him and I know he's coming. But he didn't say anything to me. He didn't tell me, hey, I'm on the jet. I checked the flight. I checked the app, that morning, and I say, oh, he's checked in for the flight. Okay. And I sent him a text, hey, my driver will be there to pick you up. When you land, text this guy, my driver will be there.
I'll tell you that. As much as I trust that you got everything done that you need to say. I saw the thing, it didn't have I didn't have a confirmation number. I just had the time and the what flight number it was. I'll be fine when I get there. I showed up and yeah, my name's on the flight. I'm good. But that's that's one of those things. I appreciate that a lot too. People that do what they do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. It's like I said before, showing up. You got to show up.
That's your reputation over time.
Yeah.
And I like that to be my reputation, so I always make sure that I behave that way. And that's your reputation as well. Everybody that we mutually know, see if Chuck says he's going to do something, he'll do it. So I think that's very important. And this might sound like a very minor nuance. It might sound like I'm not directly answering your question, but like I don't want to spend my time with people if I gotta confirm 4 times, 5 times. I should be able to confirm 5 months ago, and if somebody said they're going to do something, and we agreed to that, you have that moment of awareness, like we're doing that for sure. That's good for you. It's solid. Okay, it's solid for me. If it's solid for you, we're good. We're doing that. Okay. And I don't want to have to think about it again. If somebody like Chuck says he can do that, 5 months later, that's what we're going to do, and he knows that I'm going to do that, and everybody knows that about me. Like if I said I'm going to do the thing, I'm going to do the thing. I'm not going to say, oh, hey, this thing came up. He's not going to do that either. There's plenty of times that something comes up, that either something shitty happens, and you'd be like, this is not convenient, but I said I'm going to do the thing, so I have to do the thing. And there's some times that you get invited to some other wonderful something, and over time, in the short term, you might do some things where you're inconvenienced, but over time that becomes your reputation, that you're a reliable person, you're a serious person. And that gives people the confidence to make significant plans with you, and it gives people the confidence to share other social resources with you as well. That I know if I introduce somebody to Chuck, or if he introduces me to somebody, he knows that I'm going to be mindful of his reputation, or I know that he's going to be mindful of my reputation. That I would never do anything that'd be awkward for him or embarrassing to him. It'd be a goal of mine to make sure that. And I say this to you guys all the time about introductions, that if somebody introduces you to someone that you'd like to meet, that maybe you weren't going to get access to by yourself, whether you get whatever you wanted or not is irrelevant, but you better make sure that the person that gave you that introduction, you better make sure that they look good. You better make sure that their reputation is enhanced in some way, or you're kind of a dickhead, and you're not going to have too many more opportunities like that in life for that. Because it just takes 1 or 2 of those where this guy asked me to meet so and so, and then he brought 6 people, and he brought a film crew. Unless it was supposed to be a film crew, leave the film crew at home, and leave your camera in your pocket too, and don't do these weird things that'd be awkward for someone, or put a strain on their relationship. It's supposed to enhance their relationship, which is why they'd be willing to do that again. So. Your reputation in the long term is a lot more important than whatever inconveniences in the short term. If you're having a really shitty time, something bad happened or something cool came up that you kind of like to do the other thing, just do the thing you said you were going to do. And if you live your life that way, you'll be allowed to be around other people who live their life that way. And if you don't live your life that way, why would any of those people want to spend time with you? Then you're just in that with these corporate weasels that. Anytime they could take a crumb from you, they will, So that's my 2 cents. But any other thoughts? And I think this is maybe the core of his question. How does a man live more of his life on his terms? Live the life that you want to live.
Well, for me, I just think to live the life you want to live. I mean, you have to go after, chase what you want to do. I mean, like you said, you got to go after your dreams. You have to figure out. If you're stuck in a job you hate, I mean, that sucks. I love what I did. It wasn't work to me. But I'm willing to put in work to get what I want. If I want something, I need to put work. There's stuff that I don't like to do. There was a lot of things about, like, I wasn't one of those guys that loved running or loved doing this, loved doing that. I did it as a means to an end. Because I knew it made me better at what I love doing. It's not. I didn't just do it because I wanted to do it, but it's just if you're doing something you want to do. If you hate your job, you hate what you're doing. it's like you said, find a way to find a way to get to where you can get away from it and go after what you really want. I mean, I understand people got responsibility, got stuff, but it's you find a way to chase your dream.
The answer to every problem that a man has is like raise your value. Always be raising your value. Always be working to make yourself better. Make yourself better.
Always improving. That's the one that keeps you around. Keeps being better. Keeps winning.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.